happens sometimes. We want them to be grown up
The only
in their
thing,
thinking anyway.
the only thing that I fear is he's not going to have the opportunity to grow up to be a kid like we did, because the world is nowhere
Well,
as
that's true.
peaceful as our world was. Time's growing short.
We had the greatest article. We get this Golden Years paper, and in there, this guy that grew up in the 50s, he says, kids now miss what we missed. He says, what happened? They right today, all the kids, it's all about feelings. Are you feeling this? Do you feel like we don't want to hurt your feelings. He says, when I grew up, it wasn't your feelings I was worried about. It was the feelings of mine. What are you doing to me? What do you mean your feelings? You go out there and get those chores done. You go and don't question me.
The hurt the feelings had a whole different connotation.
You got that
I'm about
right.
to hurt your feelings, and there was
Yeah.
feelings on the. Yeah, you go get that switch. Mama Kirk used to point at that big old dog switch on the thing. Says, "I am just about to." You knew she was teasing you, but she would tell you she was about to hurt your feelings big time. Apparently, she wasn't afraid to if she had to.
She did. I was a pretty good boy growing up, but I got them too. I thought I was pretty good. I probably wasn't, really. But
Yeah.
I got my turn also.
What was the best time with Mary? What was like? You've got memories. What was your very best time with Mary? Do you think?
My daughter.
Yeah.
Goodness, she was a dear little girl. She never gave us any trouble.
She was my buddy.
Yeah.
She just was my buddy.
Right now she's got COVID.
She'll shake it. She's
Yeah,
hard.
she's already past the
Yeah,
hardest part.
she's hard.
And
She'll shake it.
She's on the road to recovery. But no, she never really gave us any trouble. And she would always come to me. She talked. Coming in after a date, she would come in and sit on the bed and tell us what went on. Now think about that. That's my daughter,
Yep.
But she told us all of it.
But that's when-
what the boy would try to do, and
like I said,
she
because
handled it
you-
and said,
because-
did I do right,
Yeah.
And I mean, just what a blessing she was. Alan was a different story. Oh, he was a trial.
He was like my dad.
Yes.
Dad encouraged him. He swung by the house one time, and he had his duster and he had his motorcycle, and he was heading out to the fields.
Yeah.
I'm going to the oil fields.
Yep.
And he and Dad sat there on the front porch and talked for hours. And the fact of the matter was that Alan desperately wanted to be his own man.
Yeah.
And was willing to do anything to break free of the expectations. You see, you're two things. You're amazing, and you're intimidating, because the standards are set not on yours but on his, and that's a big standard. And you're always afraid that you're going to let you down. So the best way to do it is just to break free.
Yeah.
Where Mary embraced it.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Like I said, she's growing up. She was my favorite person in the world. She would talk to you. She was very cool to talk to, and she helped me through troubles with Tammy one time. That she just allowed me to talk, and she was a great listener, and she just listened. Nobody would listen. And 1 month after I was able to go back to the academy is when Tammy said, "I don't want to do this." I came home to get married, and when she said, "I don't want to do this," I couldn't return. It was too late. And they give you a year. If you do it the right way, you have a year to return. And she waited till it was a year and a month. It was a God's will thing, but I was pretty messed up. And Mary said, "Come see me right now." And she was so cool. She sat and she listened for hours, and when it was done, I kind of had peace over it. And I've always just, if she would call me today and says, "I need you," I'd be there in a minute. She's forever in her lifetime.
Yeah.
She has somebody that thinks she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Alan, on the other hand, I always thought that he kind of reminded me of Clint Eastwood. You know, that he's going to go do his thing his way, and he's going to make it his way. And he's found peace with himself doing that. And finally, I think that he's found his way kind of back to Dad.
Yeah, he is. He's come back. It's amazing. He and I really had our go-arounds, you know. And I finally told him, I said, son, you know, I'm not going to pay for you to go to school and just waste money. I says, you're not doing your best. And so no more school. You're on your own. That's when he went to Atlanta and worked as, you know, doing the ads for the McDonald's. And then he went to over to, hey, Grady.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, buddy. Yeah, he went to, he's a security man. And then he went over to Gainesville, and he and another boy did a plumbing job. They wrote a Rooter franchise for a while, and then when he quit that, then he went to the oil fields. And see, he didn't call us, let us know any of that. So I called him, I chased him, traced him down, and found him in Gainesville, and I chewed him out for not letting his mother. I said, I don't care about me, but I don't want you treating your mother that way. So
It's hard coming to grips with I think I've failed my parents. It's hard coming to grips with the fact that regardless of how bad you've done, your parents are still your parents and they're still there for you. And you may not get what you want from them, but 99% of the time you'll get what you need from them. And there's a huge difference.
Yeah, see, I told him, when I told him that, I says, when you get ready to give your best, go back to school, you let me know, and I'll let you go anywhere you want to go. Get your degree in anthropology, or, you know, and so he went to the oil fields, and he called me up one day from Texas and says, did you mean what you said? And I said, sure. Haven't I always? He said, yes, sir.
That would be one of the good moments where he finally comes to grips with, you know what, I'm going the wrong direction.
Yeah, he did. He came back and he had all A's over at the University of Alabama.
He invited me to go. He goes, listen, we're going to do a dig in South America, it looks like. Would you like to give that a shot? And I was like, no. It seems hot and sweaty and thankless. but now I kind of kick my butt. You know, it's like, you know what? Where else in your life could you have had that experience?
Yeah.
And he his rebel nature has led him to experience a lot of things in life.
Oh, listen, no question about it. He is one of those you know, Renaissance people,
right?
Sort of. He learned a whole lot of different things not to do.
I understand completely.
And,
I've been there, done that.
He also
tasted the ice cream.
Learned a lot of things to do, you know,
yep.
Profession-wise. He can do just about anything. He did welding. He did, you know, you name it. He's tried it. He was over in Tuscaloosa, working over there right after he graduated, and he was working with I don't know, some place over there, archaeological place, and he got in a wreck, and the steering wheel severed his pancreas. And the doctor at the hospital there called me up and said, I've never heard of it. He says, I don't know what to do. I said, sew it up. He says, well, nobody's ever done that, and it worked. I said, I don't care. I'll be there as soon as I can get there. That's what I want you to do. And so I talked to Alan, and he says, whatever needs to be done, do it. You know, I'm hurting. And so that's what they did. And it worked, except that you cannot eat corn.
Doesn't process.
Yeah.
Ow.
Processing will not process corn, and it makes him, you know, come back with the pancreas.
Right.
Pancreatic pains. But anyway, and that turned his life around. From there on, he started doing better. Although he went all over the country doing archaeological digs, and you know.
But think about it. Wouldn't have been. I don't care if Ben is a welder, a plumber, a business owner of any kind of thing. I just want to be happy with a family that loves him.
Yeah. That's right.
Alan now is happy in Blue Ridge. We'll be in Blue Ridge. That's where we're going, is the foot of the Blue Ridge. We have an amazing view of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And I just want to be happy.
Yeah. Well, he is happy now.
That's
Yeah.
this journey that he had to take
Yeah.
led him to where he's standing right now. And I
Yeah.
think every step you take has to be taken
Yeah.
to get to where you're going.
I do too, but they sure are painful sometimes.
Yes, sir. Sometimes you feel like barefoot on a barbed wire, but it's okay. It's okay. But good. I just wanted to make sure that they knew.
Well, life is a journey. All of us go on a spiritual journey, you know, and what we do on that spiritual journey is the most important part of a life. It's not the physical journey; it's the spiritual journey that's most important. And you know, you grow as you grow by taking in Jesus.
Yes.
And that's how you do it. And you do it through Scripture primarily, and through other people that you know, pastors and people like that, Christian friends and relatives. You grow through the Lord, and as you grow, you become more valuable to Him. You're fulfilling His purpose for your life, because everybody's purpose in life is to witness for Christ. After we become a Christian, there's no other reason to be left here on earth except to witness for Christ. So that's and He commands it. And in Matthew 28, 19 and 20, go into all the world.
Go get them.
And also in Acts, when He tells the apostles, I will come to you and I will indwell you with the Holy Spirit, and I will give you power to witness for me. And go. Witness to all those in Judea and Samaria and into the end of the world.